What's up, guys? It's the Sin with Vengeance, and I am back here with another MLB 15 The Show Chicago Cubs franchise. But today's not necessarily about the franchise. If you guys want to pay attention, well, you guys want to pay more attention to the gameplay, then pay more attention to the gameplay. But if you want to pay attention to what I gotta say, then it's nothing bad. Nothing bad. Just I want to reflect on what just happened in the NLCS. I'm a big Cubs fan. Everybody knows this. And it's one of the biggest reasons why I did this franchise. And I'll be honest, guys, at the beginning of the season, I only expected the Cubs to win 85 games. They won 97. Obviously exceeded my expectations. I thought they could have sneaked into the wild card, but obviously the National League is a lot more stacked than we thought. And we ended up needing every single one of those games to compete with the Pirates and the Cardinals. I mean, we only finished 3 games behind the Cardinals. We had the 3rd best record in baseball. And you know what? I'm actually surprised for as far as we made it. And we blew the ceiling off the house this year. We almost blew off the roof, but not quite the ceiling. We blew off the ceiling, but not quite the roof. But I'm okay with that. You know, some people can say, oh, the Cubs are never going to come back or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Look at their team. They got Jake Arrieta, Cy Young winner. Yeah, he crumbled in the postseason, but Cy Young winner. Chris Bryant, National League Rookie of the Year. Anthony Rizzo, I think, was in MVP discussions because of how well he did this year. 31 home runs, 101 RBIs with a 278 average, and an almost 400 on base. He's really good. And yeah, we missed Addison Russell in the NLCS, but he's really good. Kyle Schwarber's really good. You know, Jorge Soler's going to be back full-time next year. Hopefully he's a full-time starter. I think he's got the potential to hit probably 25 home runs a year. You know, the Cubs have you know, potential. What they really lack in is depth in the starting rotation. And yeah, they have Jake Arrieta, Cy Young winner, woo. But John Lester had a really kind of on and off year. I mean, I think he'll get it next year. But do I think that the Cubs have World Series potential? Yes. But where they really need to start in is their starting pitching. And the bullpen did absolutely phenomenal throughout the entire season. It struggled a little bit at the beginning of the year, I'll admit. They had their moments, but they really kind of got together and said, look, we can do this. We got our shit together. Let's just do it. And they did it. You know, they really came through. And you know what? They turned out to be one of the better bullpens in all of baseball. You know, I really like it. And obviously, we could trade a couple of pieces to try and get a starting pitcher. We have money to spend. I mean, we have 2 starting pitchers that are good 1-2 guys. We need 3, 4, and 5 guys. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Hendricks. I'm also not really a big fan of Jason Hamill. He has his moments where he's really good, but he also, like his moments last night where he looked like a little league pitcher in a major league ball field. So that's just, he was very hittable last night, and that's what really scares me about Jason Hamill, is that he's very hittable. And we can do stuff to improve this team, definitely. We can try and work on C.J. Edwards. He has a lot of potential. His ceiling is very high in this league. I think he's going to be a relief pitcher, I think, from what I've been hearing to start, which was, you know, if he could work up, maybe get that stamina, he could get that stamina up, he could be a really good starter. But I don't know, who knows. But I really like CJ Edwards, you know. And you know, the Cubs just need to pitch. They need to work on their pitching. That's basically what it comes down to. And yeah, in the postseason, after the Mets series started, the Cubs offense just evaporated. It was nowhere to be found. And that wasn't something that I saw coming either. I kind of expected, you know, going into this series, I really kind of thought the Cubs had a chance, you know, to, you know, possibly break the curse, make Back to the Future come to life. And we just ran into a really hot Mets team. Let's be real here. The Mets are just on fire. And the whole city of Queens is burning down because of how hot the Mets are. It's just Daniel Murphy. I seriously question if he's even playing the game legally. I mean, no one's ever caught that. I'm not saying he is, but he's just on fire. And you know, Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and Murphy's Law was Daniel Murphy. And man, that's just how baseball goes sometimes. He just caught fire. And the pitching for the Mets, Jacob deGrom, Matt Harvey, Steven Matz, you know, they were all really good, really sharp. And we'll be back next year, guys. We'll be back. Don't worry about it. The Cubs will be back. And everybody's like, oh, the Pirates and the Cardinals, blah, blah, blah. I think the Pirates, you know, they're not postseason. They're not a postseason team. They're kind of like the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, they're both first round and done teams. You know, they get to the first round of the playoffs and they're like, oh, I'm done. No more. You know, and the Cardinals, yeah, we beat up a really bad Cardinals team. Like, I wouldn't say they were bad, but they were really kind of gimped. Like, they were gimpy going into the playoffs. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of problems staying healthy, and that's understandable. I mean, that's probably why we beat them in 4, is because they just couldn't stay healthy throughout the whole season, and their chemistry wasn't really all there. And, well, same thing happened to the Mets, kind of, but, I mean, we were healthy the whole year. We just got cold at a really good time, and they got hot at a really good time. We got swept, and God damn it, we didn't play up to our potential, and you know, we fell under the pressure. And I guess this is the learning experience for the Cubs. They'll be back next year, guys. All you Cubs fans out there, they'll be back. Trust me, they will be back, and better than ever. My prediction next year for the Cubs is they'll win 100 games, and they'll work on that pitching rotation. They're gonna try and get a second or a third and fourth starter in that rotation that could, you know, give us solid 7 solid innings, and you know, give up a couple earned runs on average. That's fine. And then we gotta mature as a team. This team is very I wouldn't say immature, but they are very raw. And we got to cook that meat a little bit. We got to make it a nice medium rare. You know what I'm saying? A nice juicy steak. Yeah. So, like I said, it sucks losing. Trust me. Cubs fan my whole life. This doesn't hurt as much as when it did in 03. 03 was awful. And this one hurts less, I think. This one I can accept easier. And I kind of, you know, accepted it as, you know, when we were down 3-0, you know, I'm saying, like, to myself, okay, let's just not prepare for, you know, the greatest thing on earth to happen, which is to come back from an 0-3 deficit to at least tie the series. No, I'm just going to prepare for the worst because, you know, that's what us Cubs fans have dealt with for most of our lives. You know, we've been dealing with agony and, you know, stuff like that, but it doesn't hit as hard this time around because our team is good and we'll be back. Cardinals, I feel like I don't know, they're getting older. I don't know how much longer they're going to be good. They might have a few seasons later on in the era of the Cubs where they're going to go like 80 or 85 or so wins. They're not going to be as good as what I think they're going to be. They're going to be good, but they're not going to be like superstar good like in the future in the next 5 or 6 years. I don't see that happening. You know, it's an era of the Cubs. So I feel like that's going to be upon us soon enough. The Pirates, you know, they're the Pirates. They're going to be one of those, you know, teams that makes the playoffs and is the first round done. So obviously the Mets, you know, they're really good. They're really young. They got a lot of great talent in the starting pitching. Daniel Murphy and Yoni Cespedes. You know, that's gonna be a tough decision who they're gonna keep. If they get both back, oh my God, it's dangerous. The Mets are dangerous. But I can only see them getting one back, and at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Daniel Murphy. Dude's been on fire. He's trying to prove his worth to the team, and so is Cespedes. But I mean, Cespedes can go pretty much anywhere he wants. and you know, because he's been good just about anywhere he goes. He pretty much led the Mets to the playoffs, and you know, I hope the Mets. I wish the Mets the best. I hope they win the World Series, because as you guys know, I'm friends with Moonlight Swami and my friend Elliot. They're both Mets fans. I wish them the best. You know, wish their team the best. Hope they go far into the playoffs and win the World Series. Who they face, though, we'll find out. I think that's going to be tomorrow night in Kansas City. I'm kind of hoping it is the... Well, right now it's looking like the Royals, but I would like to see the Blue Jays. They haven't been there in quite a long time either. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see. I think that would be really interesting. So, go Mets. And I'm not cheering. I'm like not like full on like, oh my God, go Mets. I'm just gonna say, you know what, go Mets. I hope they win, just for the sake of my friends, because they're, you know what, they're Mets fans, and I respect my opponents, and I'm not a sore loser. It sucks losing, but you know what? What can you do about it? It's not like you're the one performing on the field. So, I mean, I'm just here to cheer my team on, and hopefully they come out with the winning result. And maybe one day it will happen. So, anyway, yeah, I'm sorry I rambled on like that, but you guys gotta understand, I do love my Cubs, and it does suck seeing them lose like that, and it seems fitting to talk about it because, you know, Cubs franchise. But I don't know. What do you guys think about it? If you guys are Cubs fans, let me know what you guys think about it. I know I got a few Cubs fans in my comment sections. But if you're a Mets fan and if you're a Mets fan, congratulations. I wish your team the best. I hope they win. You know, if we're gonna lose, we better say we lost to the champs. So don't let me down. Anyway, we are winning this game though. Jacob deGrom has pitched a gem up to just about right now. So he gives up a solo home run, and yeah. He'll finish the job, of course. I'm going to let him finish the job, and that's all he's going to give up right there. The Cubs do end up winning 6-1 thanks to the power bats of the Cubs with Kyle Schwarber, Chris Bryant, Miguel Montero, Jorge Soler, and Addison Russell. 5 home runs on 6 runs on 5 homers. So, and look at the final play at the plate. That's a great way to end the game right there. They thought they were going to get their second run, and I'm like, nah. So, Juan Lagares throws them out at the plate. Cubs win 6-1, move up to 19-4 on the season, and I will try and not ramble as much about the Cubs postseason woes in the next video, because, you know, this is kind of like my let it all out video, and, you know, let it all out. Make sure you just move on. It helps me as a Cubs fan accept it easier. You know, it gets rough every year we get that close. Every time we get to the playoffs, we get let down. I'm just like, but you know what? I'm okay with it. So, anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys are new to the channel at all, subscribe and drop a like on the video, of course. Leave a comment what you guys think about what I said, what I did in the game, something like that. I don't know, anything in that degree, or say first if you guys are one of those guys. But anyway, you guys have been amazing supporting my content. You guys are just amazing people. Love every single one of you guys. You guys have just killed it. But of course, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great rest of your day. And if you're a Mets fan, go Mets. And if you're a Cubs fan, I feel you, man. I'm there with you. I'm in the same boat as you. Until then, peace.
The Cubs win this one 6-1. Good night from Philly.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For Philadelphia, 1 run, 7 hits.